All right, good evening, Lakeland. This is DJ Unknown on Lake Effect Radio. Remember, we are streaming live at livestream.com / Lake Effect. Today in studio, I have Whiskey Protocol.
Whiskey Protocol.
All
My
right.
real name, Rick Needs Wiki. No one can say that, though.
Whiskey Protocol is a lot easier to say.
Yes, it is.
For everyone viewing at home, if you look on your screen, you will see the video of us in studio, and then you also see his Facebook page.
Spectacular.
Okay. So, probably one of the first questions I'm going to ask is, how did you come up with the name?
That has to go with the last name that doesn't work too well for a lot of people when they try pronouncing it. Last name being Needs Wiki.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's music or professional settings, anyone who tries it first, they butcher it. They're usually needs a whiskey, needs a whiskey, something like that. So I just tell them, hey, just remember needs whiskey, and take out the S, needs wiki. And it turned into whiskey, and then it goes from there. So my stage name, if you want to call it that, is Our Whiskey.
Our Whiskey.
Whiskey Protocol. That's where it came from.
Okay. So, what type of music do you normally play? And I know it says on here rock, pop, blues.
Mm-hmm.
So that's most of it?
Most of it. The highlights that I think we're going to hit today are a little bit of a blues orientation and a pop orientation.
Okay.
That's pretty much in my wheelhouse. I dabble in some country. I dabble in some adult contemporary also.
Now, is it just you, or is there other people you do this with?
I'm the founder of Whiskey Protocol, but I bring in my musician friends to help collaborate and actually make the CD a reality. So the CD is for medicinal purposes only, following along the Whiskey Protocol thing. And my friends are Raquel Vega on vocals, Bobby Dragon and Pete Simon on guitar, Chris Russo on drums, and then me on bass and keys.
Okay.
We made up Whiskey Protocol for the current project, and Tony Kusa was our producer.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So it says on your Facebook page you were founded in 2012.
Correct.
All right. Have you played in many places yet, or
I am a studio-only project.
studio only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the family thing going.
All right.
Been married for 20-something years.
Okay.
18 and a 13-year-old child.
Wow.
And they're both, one's getting ready for college, the other is busy with his own music pursuits.
Okay.
So keep busy. So I want to kind of stay local. I'm not looking to do the touring thing. I'm looking to make the good music and have my friends help me make the good music.
Okay. Well, if you were to stay local and play at, say, a club or a bar or someplace, where are some places you want to play at?
I could see Grog Shop. I could see Brothers Lounge, to name two out right off the top of my head.
So let's get some of the music.
Okay.
What music or what song would you want to play first?
Let's see. First, let's start with Ain't Got Much. So scroll down a little bit more and do the all songs
All
thing.
songs. All right.
And go ahead and hit Ain't Got Much.
All right. Do you want to give any background on this song?
Yeah, basically most of my material starts out with a phrase or something that I just end up evolving into a lyric set, and then I develop the song from there.
Okay.
This one's kind of playful. It's not a downtrodden blues type song that would be traditional, but it's upbeat. It's kind of spunky.
Okay.
And Raquel does a great job singing it, and it's you'll see it when you hear it.
All right. So when you write actually do the lyrics, are you the main person writing the song itself, or do you actually have people that help collaborate with it?
For lyrics and structure, it's me.
Okay.
But I give liberty on the instrumentation and on the vocals. I've got the key melody line and the key harmonies that I'd like to see, but I like those changed up to fit the person who's singing it.
Okay.
And same with the guitar parts and drums. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna play the song "Ain't Got Much."
Okay.
Talk about the weather. I can talk about the time. I can talk to you about anything from politics to crime. I can talk all through the night. Then I can talk some more. But when you ask me to shut my mouth, then beg me to shut the door, well then, that changes everything. Ain't got much to say when you treat me that way. Ain't got much to say when you treat me that way. You say the talk is cheap, or
How long have you been playing instruments?
Instruments since I'm sure my mom can correct me because I'm not sure I've got the quite right age, but it was either 12 or 13 when I started.
Okay.
Started on keys and got into a high school jazz band. And then in jazz band, I saw the bassist and I thought he was phenomenal. Jaw dropped, and I think I want to do that. So I didn't do any of that for about a 10-year period or so. Got married, raised a family, things like that. And my wife encouraged me to get back into it, so I got into both keys and bass, but I focused more on bass.
Okay. So when you learned keys, was it like a keyboard or a piano?
Organ, actually.
Organ.
I didn't want to do what everyone else was doing, so I was stupid and made my parents pay a boatload of money to get an organ.
So you do keys and you do the bass. You're more interested in bass now?
No.
Okay.
But I learned all my theory on keys. Practice. I do all my song structuring on keys. Get the idea for a rhythm, get the idea for what I want for the pattern, the meter of the songs that way, and then I'll talk with my fellow musicians and say, hey, what can we do with this?
Okay. All right. Well, we can play another song. Which one would you recommend? Go up, down.
I want to go with my favorite on this one, and it's Cold Front.
Cold Front.
This is also bluesy, but it's more of a rocking. You're going to hear from our guitarist Pete Simon a little bit of a Hendrix influence on this one.
Okay, that's good.
Baby, baby, tell me what you want me to be, because you know I'll do anything for you. Baby, baby, tell me everything that you see, because you know I will make it true for you. Once I leave the high-speed lane through 90 lanes of traffic, feed the poor, save the children, and relieve all the world's pain. 17 things on the schedule today, and none of them I want to do. 17 directions that I'm running, trying to get back to you.
Honey, baby, tell me, how should it be tonight? Because you know that's the way I want it to. Honey, sugar, tell me, will it work out alright? 'Cause then I'll know you'll be with me through and through. Once I leave the high-speed lane through 90 lanes of traffic,
Feed the poor, save the children, and relieve all the world's pain. 17 things on the schedule today, and none of them I want to do. 17 directions that I'm running, trying to get back to you. We need to break this habit, take a detour out of sight. Make a clean break, sneak out in the dark of night. Staying on this torrid pace, it keeps me away from you. We need to change things up, 'cause we've already paid our dues. Sweetie, hun, don't tell me that you're busy again. Say I should know 17 directions for you. Baby, baby, pick me up and drop me again. But I should know that you wanna see me too. Once I leave the high-speed lane through 90 lanes of traffic, feed the poor, save the children, and relieve all the world's pain. 17 things on the schedule today, none of them I wanna do. 17 directions that I'm running, trying to get back to you. 17 things on the schedule today, none of them I wanna do. 17 directions that I'm running, trying to get back to you.
Okay, so that was 17 directions.
Yep.
Any background on that song, if you want to give that?
Yeah, life can get kind of busy at times, just a little. I like to exaggerate, take little things and make big things out of them in terms of the way I might talk about them. And for a long time in my career, I'm a project manager in IT, so juggling a lot of projects, juggling a lot of things, plus juggling home things and other activities. It's like, yeah, I can't wait to get home. Wait a second, when am I getting home again? So with 17 Directions, that's what it was all about. It was just so many things going on. You want to see the family, you want to see my wife and kids, or I want to see my wife and kids. It's like, okay, I'm juggling things, and it's like, well, wait a second, I'm not the only one in the family juggling things.
Yep.
And it also, exaggeration, feed the poor, save the children. I got to do all that stuff before I get home. 17 Directions.
So I think we got about enough time, about one or two more songs.
Let's go ahead and hit Deep Freeze. Out of all my material, that is probably my oldest tune. I wrote that just a year or so ago when I was in college. Okay, it was a lot more than that, but that one's made a couple different go-arounds in terms of the structure and style. There's one time I imagined it as an almost White Snake type blues style.
Okay.
When I was in college, and it switched to me working with a gal on an acoustic duet version. She went off to Cincinnati, so we never quite got to finish that. It turned into what you're going to hear now with, again, Raquel Vega on the lead vocals.
Okay, now when you do your blues stuff, have you ever thought of bringing in any of the brass instruments on it, like a saxophone or a trumpet or?
Not yet, not for this stuff. For this being my first full CD project,
okay,
I wanted to go relatively raw, bare bones.
Okay.
Keep it to the basic 4 or 5 instruments and the vocals, and take it from there. So this one, you'll hear me on bass and me on piano.
Okay.
And you'll hear Bobby Dragon on the guitar, and Chris Russo doing the drums as normal.
That's right. All right, so we're gonna play Deep Freeze.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Cut off the line. I didn't know your way was that cold. You sent a chill down my spine. Deep freeze. Now I'm out in the cold. Deep freeze. Why did you have to be so bold?
that's actually a really good song.
Thank you.
A lot of it, I can definitely see a lot of the stuff is music you can probably hear it playing in a nice restaurant or a bar type deal.
That's the hope.
You come in and it's like, oh, someone's playing. It's
Yeah.
it's like, ooh, this is really nice.
I most of what I write is definitely radio oriented material.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I grew up with. That's what I'm comfortable with.
Like there's all original songs.
All originals, yeah. Yep.
So, what are some of your inspirations for the type of music that you play?
Jeez, first one would have to be Sweet, all the way back in the 70s. So that's going back away. Some of the disco stuff.
Okay.
We're a top 40 family. The Casey Kasem, all that stuff was always on the radio at
Yep.
our house. Then in the 80s, it was Def Leppard, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Tesla, with a lot of Prince thrown in. He's always been one of my favorites. And I'd say today it's Foo Fighters, and I'm liking some of the Walk the Moon stuff that's out right now.
All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up.
Sweet.
We're going to catch some one-liners in the back. If you
Okay.
want to say the websites you want to check out.
Sure. I'd like to thank Lake Effect Radio for having me, first of all. You can go to Facebook, facebook.com. It is Whiskey Protocol. That is WHISKEY protocol.com. Website is www.whiskeyprotocol.com. And my Twitter handle is r_whiskey. So I think that gives you what you need there. And again, I'd like to thank you guys for having me on air with you.
So there's that. So hey guys, this has been DJ Unknown on Lake Effect Radio with Whiskey Protocol.
Yep.
And it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much for having
All
me.
right. Well, I will see you.